Hey everyone, Sean Schemmel here, the voice of Goku. We're diving deep into the world of Dragon Ball Z, one of the most iconic anime series of all time. Get ready to power up your knowledge because we're about to unleash 10 mind-blowing facts about DBZ that'll blow your mind. Did you ever wonder why certain characters look the way they do or what inspired those epic transformations? We've got you covered. And stick around until the end because we're saving the most shocking fact for last. Trust me, you won't believe your ears when you hear this one. So are you ready to unleash your inner Saiyan and discover the truth about Dragon Ball Z? Let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with the mastermind behind it all, Akira Toriyama. Believe it or not, Dragon Ball Z wasn't originally planned as a full-blown series. It was supposed to be a shorter arc within the Dragon Ball universe, focusing on Goku's adult life and the Saiyan race. Can you imagine that? No Frieza saga, no Cell games, no Majin Buu. It's wild to think how different things could have been. And speaking of different, did you know that Goku's design went through some major changes before we got the iconic look we know and love? Early sketches depicted him as more of a monkey-like character, reflecting his Saiyan origins. But hey, I'm glad he went with the spiky-haired hero we all know and love. And here's another fun fact. Goku's personality was initially much more arrogant and impulsive. It wasn't until later in the series that Toriyama decided to emphasize Goku's unwavering optimism and compassion, making him the ultimate symbol of hope he is today. Now let's talk about those epic transformations that make Dragon Ball Z so legendary. Did you know that the inspiration behind the Super Saiyan transformation came from a rather unexpected source? Toriyama-sensei himself has said that he was looking for a way to make drawing Goku's hair easier during fight scenes. The golden hair and blazing aura that symbolize ultimate power were partly born out of a desire for efficiency. But hey, whatever works, right? The impact of the Super Saiyan transformation goes way beyond just Dragon Ball Z. It set a new standard for power-ups in anime and manga, inspiring countless other series to follow suit. The transformation also had a profound impact on the storytelling in Dragon Ball Z, introducing a whole new level of stakes and tension. And let's be real, those transformations were just plain cool. They gave us some of the most memorable moments in anime history and cemented Dragon Ball Z's status as a global phenomenon. Alright, let's take a break from the story for a moment and talk about the voices behind these iconic characters. Voicing Goku isn't always easy, it's incredibly demanding both physically and emotionally. This guy screams a lot. I'm talking ear-splitting, earth-shattering screams that push my vocal cords to the absolute limit. There have been times when I've literally passed out in the recording booth from putting so much force behind those iconic Kamehamehas and Kaiokens. But it's not just about the screaming. Voicing Goku requires a certain energy and enthusiasm that can be tough to maintain, especially during long recording sessions. You've got to bring your A-game every single time, even if you're feeling tired or under the weather. But the most challenging part of all is capturing the essence of Goku's character, his unwavering optimism, his unyielding determination, and his pure, unadulterated love for fighting. And I've got to give a shout out to the entire Dragon Ball Z voice cast. These guys are legends. They bring so much passion and talent to their roles. So next time you're watching Dragon Ball Z, take a moment to appreciate the hard work and dedication of the voice actors. Okay, back to the world of Dragon Ball Z. Now we all know Goku is incredibly powerful, practically a god among mortals. But even the mighty Saiyan has his weaknesses. Sure, you might be thinking, yeah, he's got that whole heart condition thing. And you'd be right, that near-fatal heart virus nearly took him out back in the day. But there's another weakness, one that's a little more surprising, a little more unexpected. Goku, the eternal optimist, the champion of justice, the defender of Earth, is incredibly naive. Goku's pure heart, his unwavering belief in the good in everyone, has been exploited time and time again. Remember Raditz? Goku's own brother used his compassion against him, nearly costing him his life. And then there's Vegeta, the Prince of Saiyans himself. Goku's constant willingness to give Vegeta another chance to see the good in him has backfired on more than one occasion. But that's what makes him such a compelling and relatable character. He's not perfect, he makes mistakes, but he always learns from them and comes back stronger than ever. Now let's get real for a second. Dragon Ball Z is known for its epic battles, right? I mean, those fights are legendary. But they're not just about brute strength and flashy energy blasts. Toriyama-sensei was a master at weaving symbolism and metaphor into these clashes of titans. Take Goku versus Vegeta, for example. This wasn't just a fight between two powerful Saiyans, it was a clash of ideologies. Goku, the optimistic defender of Earth, against Vegeta, the proud and ruthless Saiyan prince. It was a battle between hope and despair, between embracing humanity and clinging to a warrior's code. And then there's Gohan versus Cell, a fight that transcended generations. Gohan, the reluctant warrior, forced to confront the embodiment of his father's past sins. These fights weren't just about who could punch harder or blast the biggest Kamehameha. They were about something more profound, something that resonated with viewers on a deeper level. They were about overcoming adversity, facing your fears, and fighting for what you believe in. And that's what makes Dragon Ball Z so much more than just a mindless action show. It's a story about growth, about redemption, about the power of the human spirit. So, next time you're watching those epic battles, pay attention to the details, the symbolism, the underlying messages. Alright, let's dive into some behind-the-scenes secrets. Did you know that Dragon Ball Z has its fair share of cut content and lost episodes? Yeah, you heard that right. There's a whole treasure trove of DBZ goodness that never made it to the screen. Some of this stuff was cut for time, some for content, and some just got lost in the shuffle. Like, for example, there was an entire episode planned that focused on Vegeta's life on planet Vegeta before its destruction. Can you imagine that? Seeing Vegeta as a young Saiyan prince training under Frieza's rule? It would have been epic. But alas, it was not meant to be. The episode was scrapped, deemed too expensive to produce at the time. And then there's the infamous Goku's Ordeal episode, which was heavily censored in some countries due to its, shall we say, suggestive content. And who could forget the legendary lost dub of the Frieza saga? Rumored to exist in the depths of the internet, this alternate dub features completely different voice actors and some truly bizarre dialogue choices. It just goes to show that even after all these years, Dragon Ball Z still has the power to surprise and intrigue us. Hold on tight because we're about to talk about Dragon Ball Z's impact on the world. This show wasn't just a hit, it was a global phenomenon, shattering records left and right. First up, let's talk viewership. Dragon Ball Z was a ratings juggernaut, pulling in audiences that most shows could only dream of. I'm talking hundreds of millions of viewers worldwide, glued to their screens every week to witness the adventures of Goku and the Z-Fighters. It was a cultural phenomenon that transcended borders and languages, uniting fans from all walks of life. And the merchandise, forget about it. Dragon Ball Z toys, clothes, video games, you name it, it flew off the shelves faster than you could say Kamehameha. We're talking billions of dollars in revenue, cementing Dragon Ball Z's place as one of the most successful anime franchises of all time. But it wasn't just about the numbers. Dragon Ball Z's impact went far beyond just commercial success. It introduced a whole generation to the world of anime and manga, inspiring countless artists, writers, and filmmakers. Alright, let's have some fun, shall we? Dragon Ball Z fans are some of the most passionate and dedicated in the world. These guys love to analyze every detail, every frame, every line of dialogue, searching for hidden meanings and secret connections. One of the most popular theories revolves around the origins of the Saiyan race. Some fans believe that Saiyans weren't always a warrior race obsessed with conquest. They speculate that Saiyans were once a peaceful people, living in harmony with their home planet, until some cataclysmic event or outside force corrupted them. And then there's the theory about Launch, the blue-haired bandit with a split personality. Remember her? She kind of disappeared after the Frieza saga, right? Some fans believe that she's actually an incredibly powerful being, perhaps even a goddess in disguise. They point to her unpredictable transformations, and her ability to wield firearms with deadly accuracy as evidence of her hidden potential. And let's not forget about the countless Easter eggs hidden throughout the series. From subtle nods to other anime and manga to clever references to pop culture, Dragon Ball Z is full of surprises for eagle-eyed viewers. It's all part of the fun, right? The speculation, the mystery, the endless possibilities. Let's talk about something serious. Dragon Ball Z has faced censorship and controversy. Different cultures have different standards. Violence in Dragon Ball Z has been toned down in some regions. Epic fight scenes were often edited. Some viewers missed out on these moments. Language is another issue. Creative insults didn't always translate well. Words were dubbed or removed, depictions of characters and themes sparked debate. Some argue the series promotes violence and sexism. Dragon Ball Z should be viewed within its cultural context. What's offensive to one might be acceptable to another. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've explored the origins of Dragon Ball Z, delved into the secrets behind its iconic transformations, and uncovered hidden messages and behind-the-scenes stories. But now it's time to reveal the most shocking fact of all, the one I promised you at the beginning of this video. Are you ready for this? Brace yourselves. The most shocking fact about Dragon Ball Z is that it almost never happened. That's right, you heard me correctly. Akira Toriyama, the mastermind behind it all, almost ended the Dragon Ball franchise after the original series. Can you imagine a world without Dragon Ball Z? No Super Saiyans, no epic battles, no Goku. It's unfathomable. So there you have it, the most shocking fact about Dragon Ball Z. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content.